All right, man. Okay, so something was brought to my attention, and I know we don't pay attention to certain things that's being said or anything, but someone asked me a question in my inbox, right? I won't say their name, but I wrote the question that they asked, and their question was why I don't get the acknowledgement that I deserve. Hey, let me tell you something. That's a good question, and it's such a powerful question to ask. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't really pay attention to it. I've always been one of those guys that's been my own cheerleader. So I told the person that I would answer it publicly, right? Because I get questions like this a lot, where someone would look and say, yo, Keon, you know so much, you do so much. How come nobody never acknowledge that? How come nobody never give you your props for the things that you do and what you contribute? And I said, listen, if I do things for acknowledgement, then that means I needed someone's validation. Like, hear me out. If I did something to be acknowledged, that means I needed someone's validation. And if anybody knows me, Keon gonna do what Keon wanna do. You understand? So, just to make your answer be answered, I don't need acknowledgement. You understand? I don't need acknowledgement. I don't need recognitions. I don't need nobody feel as if that they gotta praise me or let me know that I'm doing great things. I know I'm doing great things. And I never need validation. Alright? I don't need validation. Keep validation. As a matter of fact, keep your validations. Right? Because I didn't do it for anybody's approval. If anybody know anything about me, you know Keon Corniff gonna do what Keon Corniff wanna do. And there's nobody in this world could stop me. None. So, the thing about it is this, guys. I don't do things for looking for people's approval. And that's why, in some cases, you know, why you asked that question, and I told you I was going to answer it publicly. Because I think it's a good question. I think it's such a profound question that you asked me. And I get questions in my inbox all the time. All the time. You guys ask me questions, and I answer them. But this one particularly, I wanted to answer this one a little bit more public. You understand? Because, just to give you a little background about me. Do you understand all the odds were stacked against me? Right? All the odds of me being where I am today was stacked against me. Not for me, but against me. And I beat all the odds and put myself in a position where I am today. Right? I put myself in a position where I am today because I didn't care about people's validation upon the things that I do. I didn't care about people's opinion about what is it that I was doing, because I realized that by the time I get people's approval, or they may feel like, oh man, I like what you're doing, it's gonna be too late. So stop living your life for people's approval. That's what's wrong with today's society. We do things to get people's approval, or get people's to like you, or like what you're doing, and you know, you want to be a part of the cool squad. No, I am the trendsetter. I'm sorry, I just don't follow groups, nor trend, nor crew. I don't do that. I don't have a crew. I don't have a I'm not part of a clique or the cool kids club. I don't do that. I am the cool kid. And I determine who's in my club. And if that one person is only me in my club, then that's it. My club is lit. I'm the shit. My club gonna always be lit. So I don't do the whole clique thing. You know, a lot of people be like, oh, I'm cool with this person and they're cool with that. I'm cool with everybody. As long as you respect me, I'll respect you. I'm cool with you, no problem. So that's how I move, right? But me personally, I don't do the click up thing. I don't do the, I'm cool with these people only. I'm cool with everybody. As long as you have respect for me, I respect you. We cool, right? I don't do the whole follow trend thing. I don't do that. That's not what I'm into. So I guess that could answer your question as far as acknowledgement go. I don't do things for acknowledgement. I don't. I really don't. I wish I did. I don't. Because the thing I realize is that people's acknowledgement or validation of what I do is not important to me. It may sound a little harsh, but I don't care what people think. You understand? I don't care what you think. Because I know what I'm doing is important for families, for society, to humans. As long as I know that it's important for what I'm doing, and I know I'm bringing value to people and I'm bringing values to families, as long as I know that, and I know when I look up and I say my prayers every morning, I say a prayer every day, and I know when I pray to God and I ask Him for wisdom and guidance and strength and understanding for all the things that I'm doing for families, and He can continue to show me little signs and little ways of that I'm doing something right. And if I'm doing something right, I ask Him to please correct the path that I travel so that way I don't travel the wrong path anymore. So I talk to God. I ask for God's validation in His acceptance, because I'm only here doing His work. I don't do things for mankind. I do things for the grace of God. So that's why I never need a human being's validation for what I do. See, many of you guys live for validation of men and women and people, skin, human beings. I don't need a human being validation for what I do in life. I need God's validation, because He is the ultimate judge. He is the ultimate judge of all kinds. So as long as I do good within His eyes, I know I'm doing His work. So I never care about what a human being think. I don't. So that's why I don't care about acknowledgement. And I respect your question. And I hope you learned something new about me now, right? Now hearing my answer, right? Because, you know, like me and my brother John, we always say that we always been the rebels of WFG. I'm a rebel with a cause, though, right? I am a rebel with a cause, right? I don't do trends. I don't do cliques. I don't do crews. I don't do who's in. I don't do that. I'm the trendsetter. I am the crew. I am the lit. In the word lit, I am all of that. You understand? So I don't need approvals nor validations from any human being. My validations come from a higher power called God. You understand? As long as I know I'm doing good in God's eyes, I'm good. I don't need friends. I have 5 already. Right? And that's what's so beautiful about me. Right? And a lot of people don't understand that. I think that's the thing where people feel as if that I need to be friends with everybody. No, as a matter of fact, I'm very private. I'm a very private person. I don't like friends. I don't have much friends. I have 5 friends. 5 friends. Keon Jr., Kareem, Hannah, Casey, and Catherine. My 5 friends. All right? Those are my 5 friends. All right? And those are the friends that I only need. Those are my kids. Understand? They said that if you can't change the people, then change your people. Those are words from a very wise man named Swan Wynn. So I'm not in the business of changing anybody to like me, to want to be friends with me. I'm not in that business. I'm in the business of doing God's work. And I do God's work through financial literacy. Right? I empower people with the knowledge that they need to acquire all the things that they deserve. And that's all that matters to me, guys. Right? So I can't tell you what to do. But that question, I had to answer it publicly because I like that question. I really do. And I think that's right. And you know what's funny? He said that, the reason why you asked me that question, and I like the fact that you noticed something and you caught it. And I said, I've been seeing it, bro. Let me tell you something. I came in this industry with no background in finance. I came in this business with no understanding about systematic business. But what you guys didn't realize, that you're not dealing with a kid. You're not dealing with a child. I've been grown since my daddy got killed when I was 15. You understand? I've been grown since my daddy got killed when I was 15. I know what real heartbreaks feel like. You understand? So there's nothing no human being could do to me I've been dead for years. I came back alive when I became a father. I became a father at the age of 23. That's when I came back alive. You understand what I'm saying to you? And if you missed that, then you don't understand what I'm saying to you. But listen to me clearly. I became a grown-up at the age of 15 when my daddy was killed. I was dead for many years until I became a father at 23. So you do the math. Alright? Everybody that knows me they know how I come at it. I come at your neck if you disrespect me. Period. So everybody learn to either respect me or fear me. And it's simple like that. It's nothing more to it. It's just fear me or respect me. Either one I'm fine with. Right? But I love love. I love peace. I love joy. I love happiness. Right? I love all these things. I love laughter. I love winning. I love success. I love good health. I love life. I love the essence of positivity in the air, in the atmosphere. I love all these things. But don't you ever get it twisted. Ever. Ever. I live by 3 codes in my life. Loyalty, trust, respect. Loyalty, trust, respect. You understand? And one thing I believe is that everybody deserves respect. Respect is not earned. That's a lie. Respect is not earned. Respect is given to everybody. But respect is taken away when it's not appreciated when it's given. You understand? I give everybody respect. And I give everybody the opportunity to be disrespectful. But just know, when you ruffle that feather with me, it's not just it comes a little differently. This is why I love happiness, joy, because my type of anger is a whole different type of anger. And I'm not going to be angry with you. That's where you're going to get it mistaken. I'm not going to be angry with you. Matter of fact, my type of anger towards you is when I pray for you. And I pray for you. And I wish nothing but success. And I pray to God that He make you a better person. I speak strength in all your weaknesses and flaws. Because at the end of the day, I can't judge you. I leave that up to the man upstairs. You understand? So respect is given. But if I know you're going to be disrespecting me, I take myself away from you. And I pray for you still. I still want you to be successful. I still want you to be a winner. And let me tell you something. I know a lot of you guys that know me from years, you're probably like, what the hell happened to Seymour, right? Because the Seymour I know, you disrespect him, that man in your front door, your mama house, it doesn't matter where you are. You can't hide underneath a rock. I'm going to find you. Right? That was the old me. Now, you step on my shoes, I would simply say, sorry that my foot was in the way. Because if it's one thing my uncle taught me, my uncle said, a gangster is not one that display anger and conflict hurt on people. It says a gangster is someone know what he's capable of, but he chooses to do the other thing. See? It's all about maturity and growing up. You don't have to show you're gangster. You just got to know that you're gangster. And that's it. So that goes a long way also within the same way as far as business. I don't need someone validation of how good I am in this business. I don't need to validate how good I am to anybody in this business. And I don't need no one to give me recognition for it either. I didn't do it for you to praise me or for you to acknowledge me. I did it because God told me to do it. See, when I got closer to God, I got further away from my own self needs. And I became a servant to the world. I became a servant of God. And many of you won't understand it because you will look and say, I remember that guy. Yo, that guy was ooh, you couldn't mess with that guy. But now you see me and I see people go at it for different reasons and do different things. And I try to be that big brother where now if I see two people having conflict in my town or in my area, people that I know, and I hear that there's something going on, I'm the big brother. I come in between both of them and say, let me speak something into both of you. Guys, at the end of the day, you tough. What does that prove? Proves nothing. But one thing I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to both of you. One of you is going to be hurt and you're going to go in the hospital, and one of you going to go to jail. If not both. So is it really worth it? How about we put our egos aside and just shake hands and say, hey, my bad for disrespecting you. My bad for disrespecting you. Right? I'm not going to pull out a phone and record it. That's what suckers do. Right? That's what suckers do. No, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to come between two people and say, let me talk to you. Let's look at the whole, let's look at this whole thing, how it's going to play out. So it's the same way I am in business. I don't need no recognition. Keep your recognition. God recognized me with the blessings that I've received all these years. God bless me, man. That's the best recognition I've gotten. You guys don't know all the things I've been through. I've survived death numerous times. You understand? So I'm humble. I don't need anybody validating me. All right? I don't need validation. The only thing I ask for in life is that I ask for loyalty, I ask for trust, I ask for respect. I ask for these things, not that they have to be given to me. I just ask for them. But the only way I ask for them is because I'm willing to give them as well, right? So you can't ask for things you're not willing to give, right? And let me tell you, I'm nothing perfect, and I don't want to be. Don't you ever put me in that category. Oh man, he's so good, he's so perfect. Not me. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Not me. I'm far from perfect. I don't want to be the perfect people for nobody. I am just me. I'm living my life for me and my kids. Okay? That's it. That's where it starts for me. All right? I am an imperfect person, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm happy with not being perfect. I'm so happy with being this dysfunctional person. I'm happy with not being the perfect. I'm so happy with that, because at the end of the day, the only person I need to be perfect for is for my kids. I just got to make sure that they don't make my mistakes, right? And then, no, I'm allowed them to make mistakes, but I don't want them to be perfect either. I just want them to be a better human being in God's eyes. That's it, right? So I'm perfect. I tell people that imperfection is a misspelled word. It means I'm perfection. But I may not be perfect for everybody, right? I may not be perfect for everybody. I may not be perfect for everybody to call their friend. I might be perfect for everybody to be associated with. And I'm fine with that. Because at the end of the day, guys, God don't judge you. And as long as you know God don't judge you, then at the end of the day, you're fine. You're fine. Do you hear me? If you feel you're not good, like I looked in the mirror and I didn't feel good about my weight. So what I do, I didn't complain about it. I didn't put myself down. I said, no, I told myself that I am perfect the way I am, but I want to improve. So I do little things to improve that, right? So I don't care for recognitions, man. Keep that. That's something I used to want. I used to do things for people's validation. I used to do things to get people's approval, and I realized that's an insecure person's role in life. Like, you want someone to validate you. You're a grown man or a woman. Why do you need grown people to validate you? When do you care what a human being thinks about you? That's why I said people like me and John Blanchard, when we first came in WFG, they looked at people like us and called we the rebels, right? We were the bad boy at WFG. We weren't the bad boy at WFG. We were just the realest of WFG. We're not here to do that fake plastic stuff. You gotta look at it, man. I'm a street dude. You understand? Then you put me around all these stiffs. I call them stiffs. John, don't be mad at me. John, you know what I'm talking about, man. They put me around all these stiffs. And these people just... Anyway, I'm not here for that. Anyway, I just don't care about acknowledgements. So I'm not doing this business for people's acknowledgement. I'm not doing this for anybody's validation. I'm doing what God tells me to do, right? I changed my life around. I did a completely 360. And God tell me what I need to do, and I'm doing it. And I'm going to do it until I can't do it anymore. And that's it, right? And I love what I do. I love what I stand for. I love what I represent. And that's it, guys. So stop living your life for people's validation. Stop living your life. And let me tell you something. The same people that you want to validate you, their life is a whole mess. The same people that you're looking to validate you, you probably have a much better life than them. Right? I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how rich you are, or how much money you have. Let me tell you, I don't think nobody's life is better than mine. My life is lit. Like, you may look at it and say, oh, he don't go nowhere. He don't live in a mansion. Oh, he must be depressed. What? You must be out of your mind. The only time I get depressed is when my kids are sick. The only time I get depressed is if I'm with somebody and they're sick, or if me and my spouse is having a issue. That's the only time I'm depressed, because their love to me is all I care about. You understand? So, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good on validations, guys. I don't need that. You know, I just love to be a servant to the community. I'm a servant to people. I'm a servant to the world. And I've learned in this lifetime that, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel that we live many lifetimes. You ever feel like you get deja vus? I'm not even going to get too deep into that, but I feel like we get lifetimes to live. And I know in this lifetime, I know what my role is in life. And it's just to be a servant, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a servant to society. I want to give back to society more than society ever given to me. Right? And I'm okay with that. Because I think that we're all created to serve the world and serve mankind. And we must serve each other, because before money and all these things, it used to be the barter system, where I'll give you an apple for a grape, or I'll give you some grapes for some onions. And it was about an exchange of value for what each other wants. So I think that's what I believe in. I believe in that. And it took a while for me to get to where I am. And I tell you, I had an awakening, you know, when I went through a very big separation in my life, where I lost somebody that I truly love, you know. And it told me one thing about life, is that life is short. Life is short. Everything is temporary. You understand? It told me that life is short and everything is temporary. So what I got to realize is that I've learned that I have to enjoy things when they are and not worry about what I don't have. So I really appreciate all the things that I have, and I don't pay attention to all the things I don't have. All the things I don't have will come at the time when I deserve them the most. Because the one thing the good scripture says, that God would never forsake his children, and he would never let none of his children ever go hungry or without, right? So I believe very highly in those scriptures and those words. And because of those words, I am who I am today. I never want for anything. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with what I got. And I thank God for all that I've received on top of what I got. So I just learned the gratitude, man. Gratitude is the best attitude. You understand? Gratitude is the best attitude. And remember that. Always write that down, man. Write that down somewhere and remember that. Read that every day as affirmation. Gratitude is the best attitude, right? Because I always tell people that your gratitude will put you into a new altitude, right? And that new altitude will change your attitude. All right, guys. So never forget that, man. Never forget that. And these are the words that I remind myself. And I remember I learned this from Greg Cap, right? And Greg Cap said, remember, every setback is a setup for a greater comeback, right? And I also learned that, hey, I never lose, I learn. You understand? The only time you lose is when you never learn. So every situation I've ever been into, I tell myself that I pay attention to all the things that I've learned, what to do, what not to do, what to continue doing, and I take the goods and I take the bad and I remove the bad, right? So I learn. So yeah, guys, life is simple, man. Life is simple, and the more you try to live a simple life, you live a happier life. So simple life, happy life, right? Private life, happy life, right? And I keep it that way. I keep it that way. That's why certain things I don't post on my Facebook nor make it public, right? Certain things I just learn because you learn from that. You learn from that. And we got to respect that, right? I live a very private life. A very private life. I don't like to bring people too much in too close because you don't know why people come around you too. You understand? You got to be careful why people come around you. Some people come around you to know your weakness. You understand? Be careful. Some people come in life just to know your weakness, know your flaws, and they'll use them against you. So you got to be careful. You know, so I'm very private. I'm a very private person. I don't really have too much people in my circle. I don't keep a lot of friends. I don't do that. That's not me. That's not what I'm into. You know, I have a lot of business partners. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a few people in my business that I call really good friends, like really good friends, family, if that, right? And I keep those people close to me because I'm like a big brother to them. You know, some of them is big enough to be my mom or even my dad figure, and I respect them with the highest level. And even with the business, I'm the same way, right? So it's nothing that, you know, it's not good to not have friends. I'm not telling people not to have friends. It's just how I am, right? Because, like I said, I come from a different type of belief in when I use the word friends, all right? A lot of people use those words very freely. And, you know, I look at everybody like, you know, you are a friend, but, you know, I more care about family. You know, it takes a lot for you to be my family. And I have a few family, right? So, yeah, I don't need acknowledgements, guys. Please, acknowledgement is not something that I do this business for. It's not why I do what I do. It's not why I make videos to inspire people. As you can see, my videos don't get a lot of likes. My videos don't get a lot of shares. I don't care. Because as long as I do it for like one people, like, you know, Miss Griffin, right? She's a big shout out to her, right? If she gets something out of this, I'm happy. I'm happy if one person got something out of this. If two people get something out of this, is there's 100 and thousands? Hey, more blessings to you, man. That's God's work. Don't thank me, thank God, right? Because only God gave me the strength, the voice, and the wisdom to speak like this. You understand? You're looking at a guy that never went to college before. I never went to college, but I've read so many books and did so much research. I feel like I've earned me a doctorate by now, you know? So love. I just want to answer. If you guys have questions, guys, you know what? I will start answering 10 questions a week, right? I'll do those videos. If you have questions, you want me to answer them, I'll do a live and I answer them for you guys and stuff like that. So if you ever have questions, just write them in my inbox. I will look at them and I will answer every last one of them if you ask, right? And I'll answer your questions and I'll definitely make you know that I'm answering your questions, right? and we make it a fun thing, right? So much blessings and love, guys. Always remember, you're one decision away from changing the future for the better. So always remember, the choice is always yours. All right. So remember, put God first. All right. Put God first in everything you do. All right. So I gotta go now. I gotta go call my business partner back. Peace.